Yeah, it's definitely upsetting. I don't think there's nobody in our league should be facing any sort of racism, hurtful, disrespectful, hateful comments and threats. Those aren't fans, those are trolls, and it's a real disservice to.
Welcome to Prime Field, where we delve into the stories shaping the world of sports. Today, we're tackling a critical issue impacting the WNBA, the pervasive problem of online hate and the league's ongoing struggle for a safe and respectful environment for its players. This isn't just about basketball. It's about the broader societal issues of racism, sexism, and the unchecked power of online toxicity. The WNBA season concluded, leaving behind a legacy of incredible athleticism and fierce competition. But beneath the surface of dazzling plays and nail-biting finishes lay a darker reality, a pervasive climate of online hate and harassment targeting WNBA players. This toxic environment, fueled by anonymity and unchecked vitriol, reached a boiling point, culminating in a powerful statement from a rising star, Indiana Fever rookie Caitlin Clark. Clark, already a household name thanks to her phenomenal college career at the University of Iowa, brought a fresh wave of attention and excitement to the WNBA. Her electrifying performances on the court quickly captivated fans, but this newfound spotlight also attracted a darker element, a surge in online hate directed not only at Clark herself, but also at her teammates and fellow WNBA players. At her end-of-season press conference, Clark didn't shy away from confronting this uncomfortable truth. Her words, delivered with a quiet intensity that belied their profound impact, resonated far beyond the confines of the press room. She didn't mince words, directly calling out the hateful individuals hiding behind their screens.
Yeah, it's definitely upsetting. I don't think there's nobody in our league should be facing any sort of racism, hurtful, disrespectful, hateful comments and threats. Those aren't fans, those are trolls, and it's a real disservice to the people in our league, the organization, the WNBA. But there are a lot of really good fans, whether they've been fans for 20 plus years or whether they're new fans in our league. I think continuing to uplift this league in a very positive light is the best thing that we can do, because there are so many great players, there's so many great teams, there are so many positive storylines that can be written and celebrated. And for me, that's why I became a fan of this league, is these people were my idols. I grew up wanting to be like them. So I think continuing to uplift and represent this league in a positive way is the best thing that we can do.
Clark's statement wasn't merely a reaction to recent events. It was a carefully considered declaration, a testament to her character and her commitment to creating a more positive and inclusive environment within the WNBA. She understood the weight of her words, recognizing her platform as a means to amplify the voices of those who had been silenced by online hate. It was a call to action, not just for the league, but for fans and the broader sports community to actively combat online toxicity. Her courage in speaking out, especially as a young player navigating the complexities of professional sports, set a powerful example for her peers and future generations of athletes. The question remained, would her words spark meaningful change? The WNBA season wasn't just marked by incredible athletic feats. It was also shadowed by a disturbing trend of online hate targeting players, particularly Black women. This wasn't a new phenomenon, but the intensity and volume of the abuse seemed to escalate this year, fueled by a confluence of factors, including the increased visibility of the league and the rise of social media as a platform for both connection and cruelty. Caitlin Clark's arrival in the WNBA, while undeniably positive for the league's growth and popularity, inadvertently amplified this existing problem. Her meteoric rise to stardom brought a surge of new fans, many of whom were unfamiliar with the league's culture and history. Unfortunately, this influx of new viewers also included individuals who used Clark's popularity as a cover for their own hateful agendas. The comments weren't just isolated incidents. They were part of a larger pattern of online harassment, often laced with racist, sexist, and homophobic slurs. Players received death threats, faced relentless personal attacks, and were subjected to a constant barrage of abuse on social media platforms. This wasn't simply online trolling, it was a coordinated campaign of hate designed to intimidate, silence, and ultimately undermine the players' confidence and well-being. The anonymity afforded by the internet emboldened these individuals, allowing them to unleash their venom without fear of immediate consequences. This created a chilling effect, discouraging players from openly expressing their opinions or engaging with fans online for fear of reprisal. Clark's own experiences highlighted the insidious nature of this problem. While she herself received a significant amount of positive attention, she also became a target for those who used her name to justify their hateful comments, attempting to deflect criticism and hide behind the guise of fandom. This underscored the urgent need for platforms to take responsibility for the content hosted on their sites and to implement stricter measures to combat online harassment. The fight for a safe online space for WNBA players became inextricably linked to the broader struggle for digital accountability and the creation of more inclusive online communities. The intensity of the online hate reached a fever pitch during the 2023 WNBA playoffs. The series between the Connecticut Sun and the Indiana Fever, a clash between two of the league's top teams, became a flashpoint for the simmering tensions that had been building throughout the season. An accidental collision during Game 1, in which Connecticut's Dajanai Carrington inadvertently poked Caitlin Clark in the eye, ignited a firestorm of online abuse directed at Carrington. What followed was a deluge of hateful messages, including death threats and a torrent of racist and misogynistic attacks. The incident highlighted the fragility of online spaces and the ease with which a single event could trigger a wave of targeted harassment. Carrington's experience wasn't an isolated incident. It was a stark reminder of the constant threat of online violence that WNBA players face. The abuse she endured wasn't just about a basketball game. It was a manifestation of deeper societal issues, reflecting the pervasive racism and sexism that continue to plague women's sports. Alyssa Thomas said, "I've never been called the things that I've been called on social media, and there's no place for it. It's unacceptable. We deserve to play the game we love without fear of this kind of abuse." Connecticut star Alyssa Thomas, a veteran player known for her resilience and leadership, publicly addressed the issue, expressing her outrage and highlighting the severity of the online hate. Her words echoed the sentiments of many players across the league, underscoring the collective trauma inflicted by this relentless campaign of online harassment. The WNBA itself released a statement condemning the racism and hate directed at its players, emphasizing its commitment to creating a safe and inclusive environment. But statements alone weren't enough. Concrete actions were needed to address the root causes of the problem and to provide meaningful support to the players who were bearing the brunt of online toxicity. The response to the escalating online hate wasn't limited to the players themselves. The WNBA Players Association, WNBPA, issued a powerful statement directly addressing the issue and holding media outlets accountable for their role in perpetuating harmful narratives. The WNBPA's statement wasn't just a condemnation of online hate, it was a carefully considered call for greater responsibility and professionalism from the media. The statement specifically targeted USA Today columnist Christine Brennan, criticizing an interview she conducted with Dajanai Carrington following the controversial incident with Caitlin Clark. The WNBPA alleged that Brennan's line of questioning, which focused on whether Carrington intentionally poked Clark in the eye, was a deliberate attempt to fuel negative online reactions and create a false narrative that could be easily manipulated to incite hate. The WNBPA argued that this approach was irresponsible and ultimately contributed to the online abuse Carrington faced. WNBPA announced, "Our relationship with the media is a delicate one that we will continue to strengthen because the media is essential to growing the game. But the players are entitled to better. They are entitled to professionalism. They deserve to be treated with respect, and the media has a responsibility to ensure that their reporting doesn't contribute to the harmful narratives that fuel online hate." The WNBPA's statement highlighted the crucial role of the media in shaping public perception and the responsibility of journalists to avoid contributing to harmful narratives. It wasn't about silencing criticism or preventing legitimate reporting. It was about demanding responsible journalism that prioritizes the well-being of the athletes and avoids contributing to a climate of online hate. The statement underscored the delicate balance between media coverage and player well-being, emphasizing the need for a collaborative relationship built on mutual respect and a shared commitment to creating a positive and inclusive environment for women's basketball. The WNBPA's response wasn't just a reaction, it was a proactive step towards establishing clearer expectations for media engagement and advocating for a more responsible and ethical approach to reporting on women's sports. The events of the 2023 WNBA season underscore a larger conversation about the responsibility of fans, media, and the league itself in fostering a positive and inclusive environment. The fight for respect and safety is far from over, but the voices of the players, the league, and those who stand in solidarity are growing louder. This is Brian, and we'll continue to follow this important story. Thanks for listening.